Hey guys, I got with the picks. It is Saturday, early morning. Yesterday, we went 1-1. Yale, disappointment. Loses the game outright. It got me puzzled. Absolutely puzzled. Ringer on the Phoenix game. Defense, not many points. So, Juice ate us up a little bit. Dropping an NFL game here, and I'm dropping an NFL game over on TikTok. The game we're looking at here is 13-3 Kansas City going to 6-10 the Raiders. KC given 9, total is at 52.5. There's a lot going on in this one. I know Raider fans are excited to watch this one. KC wins. They're the 1 seed. And good for them. They're 100% healthy. Not the same for the Raiders at all. Chandler Jones out. Brown and Perryman, linebackers out. Actually, best edge rusher in Jones. Both starting linebackers out. And also Kaiser, Butler, and Diablo are out also. Those are all linebackers. So there's a total of 5 linebackers out for the Raiders in this game. Josh Jacobs hasn't practiced. He didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday. I mean, what it looks like, it doesn't look good for him to go, but can he still go? He can. But I will tell you something. Jacobs' carries have fallen off pretty big the last 2 games. And these are 2 games that they were both in, very competitive. And you would think his last 2 games, he had 17 carries and 15 carries. Now, this guy is getting 25, 26, 27 repeatedly. And like I said, those were games that were close. You would think that he would have got more rushes in those games, and that wasn't the case at all. What I'm saying is, I don't know particularly in this game how big of a deal it is if he plays or not. Not for our play. It may sound a little goofy. I'd probably rather him sit this week. And just take it off. He's had 32 carries for 113 yards and 3.5 yards per carry in his last 2. Listen, that's at the bottom of the NFL. Stidham put a whole new energy in Las Vegas. As hard as that is to do in Las Vegas, he brought a whole new energy to town. Maybe Josh McDaniels knew what he was doing, having him tag along the whole time. I mean, in the back of his head, he had to know what he had, and he had to. I mean, they've been close for years. He went 23 of 34, 365 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Adams had 7 grabs, 153 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Hell, Darren Waller. We forget about Darren Waller. Listen, Darren Waller, healthy, stress-free, nothing going on in his mind, is a top 3 tight end in the NFL. There's no arguing that with me. That's the type of talent that Darren Waller is. He had his best game forever, and hell, he only had 5 targets. He had 3 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown. Now, if these numbers were put up this week, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Kansas City's defense, not good. They did that against the best defense in the NFL. All the guys that I mentioned that were out for, I keep on wanting to say Oakland, for Los Angeles, they were all out last week. They were all out. KC gave up 24 points to Denver last week. Kansas City is 23rd in defensive DVOA. 3 out of the last 4 games, they played the Broncos twice in Houston, giving up 28, 24, and 24. That's bad. It's bad. But what KC is number 1 in offensive DVOA. They average over 29 points a game. Patrick Mahomes averages 323 yards passing a game versus the Raiders since 2019. That's all he does is churn out numbers against the Raiders. KC ran the ball 16 times last week, which is practically nothing. I expect them to run less this week. Maybe 12, I don't know. It should definitely be less than 16. Now, Patrick Mahomes needs 430 yards passing to set a new NFL season record for passing yards in a season. It's pretty big. It's actually huge. The over is 5-0 in the last 5 meetings between these two, with the average score being 60.8 points a game. And 3 out of the 5 totals closed at 53 or higher. I think Raiders will do everything they can to help Mahomes get to that number 1 seed and also help him get to that passing record. I expect, at worst, a high-scoring game, if not an absolute shootout. That's why I'm saying I think Raiders will help Mahomes, help them try to get to that 430 as much as they can. I expect a lot of points. I expect a lot of balls in the air. I expect a very fun game. A very fun game to watch. This is the perfect setup. Why not showtime early? And then we got a winner go home late. Obviously, you know what the pick is here. The pick is take Kansas City Raiders over 52.5. Guys, thank you for everything. Likes, comments, subscribe, shares. Let's get this video back up to 50 likes. So if I won you money or if I lost you money yesterday, hit the thumbs up button. I've got a real good feeling about today. Real good. And you see the vibes already, right? You see it? This is all weekend until we get to, you know. Guys, you already know what I'm going to do until I get back to you. We're going to get back to getting this cash.